ora. Look, it was nice and quiet and sensible.
And you didn't startle me, you're right.
Welcome to Neat and Not by the Sea, our Flosstube video. My name is Victoria.
Kia ora. Welcome to Neat and Not by the... My name is Catherine and my pronouns are she, her.
And today, I think you're just going to be seeing a lot of reflections in our glasses, so...
Well, I quite like seeing. See, this is the thing. I've graduated to I don't really see. The other day I used my glasses to have dinner because I really wanted to see what was on my plate. I didn't tonight. Maybe I did tonight. Did I? Do you remember? We had dinner together. Martin cooked.
No, I don't remember. It was delicious too.
In any case, I'm keeping my glasses on, and also we've brought in reinforcements and we're wearing lipstick.
Yeah, for the first time in ages. We put real effort in.
I just felt like either I was going to fall asleep or I was going to wear lipstick.
Yeah.
So we've gone with lipstick.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I think today is maybe the 16th of April. It's a Thursday, the day before Good Friday. So we are both quite happy that there is no work for the next 4 days.
I don't have work for 5 days.
Show off. I have to go back to work.
Yeah, because the university lumps in. What is the day that we don't get early? Otago anniversary, that we don't get it because they move it to the Easter holiday.
So I did have my Otago anniversary day back
So we hate
March.
at the time. We're so jealous of people that have the day off, and then we're delighted when we have 5 days together.
Yeah.
So
it's been about a month, I think, since we did our last video.
It has.
A little bit unintentional. We just got busy.
that?
You were away in Auckland that week, and then we just haven't managed to find another time to catch up.
Yeah. So basically, I'm now busy every second Thursday. So Victoria could have a week after, but I couldn't. So also, just what
So it's all
that
Catherine's
interesting.
fault, just saying.
For once,
Oh,
something happened.
I think they're sitting on the cord.
Yeah, but it hasn't switched off. This is the thing that graduates it.
Oh, sorry, guys, we're having some technical difficulties.
We're calling it technical difficulties. But of course, you come here for smooth operations. Okay, so live chatter.
Life chatter. So I can't remember what I've done in the last month. One thing I do remember, I remember two things in the last month, so that's pretty good. One of them, the Dunedin Fringe Festival has been on in the past couple of weeks, and I went to Mansfield Park. So
I thought it was the arts festival.
it was a thing.
It wasn't the Fringe.
Was
it was
it the arts?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. It sounds like.
Because I had no commitment to the Fringe booklet, but I looked all the way through the arts one.
So, okay, I went to the Arts Festival. Mansfield Park, which, as you know, or probably know, is the Jane Austen story of Mansfield Park.
But it was opera. That's what you're forgetting.
It was great. It was so funny. I wasn't sure how it would go because A, Mansfield Park is not my favourite Jane Austen. And B, I wasn't sure how it would translate into an opera, but they had done it like a comedy and it was very good. And the singers were good. The venue was average. The seats we had were average.
The costumes? Was it from the
B
old
minus. Yeah. But it was a lovely night out. I had a great time. Went with my mum and my sister and my friend. And it was lovely.
Very good. It's good to tick something off the festivals that we get. We get loads of festivals in Dunedin.
It was in Hanover Hall, which is the home of the Dunedin Symphony. That's not how you
Symphony.
Thank you, orchestra. And the we were all sitting on the chairs.
Isn't that where the festival was? The Cross-Stitch Festival.
Yes, it was.
Retreat.
Yeah. So we were all sitting on the floor, and then the performers were on
Not on the floor, there were chairs.
Chairs, yeah.
Okay.
But we were
at ground level.
Yeah, at ground level, all the same level, and then the performers were on a small raised stage.
Yeah.
Just the vision wasn't great, but it was thoroughly enjoyable. The music was great. It was accompanied by a live piano player, which was lovely. It was good. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Worth the money.
Good. Not selling it to me, but
Yeah.
I, on the other hand, went to see a very depressing play about Alzheimer's, but I loved it. I am way more serious than I might appear. I do like sorrow. So I went with a friend, my friend Mariana, and we had a meal at La Porchetta first, and then we went to the theatre, and it was really lovely. It was only an hour long, no interval. They did the whole onset of Alzheimer's really well. I hadn't come across... I thought the actress particularly was very good. And it was funny because they're a married couple in real life. Yeah. So yeah, that was really lovely. I excelled, or you might say that I did stupidly that week, because I went to that on the Thursday. Then on the Friday, I went to a jazz Chilean band of jazz music. So it was in Spanish. And that was lovely. Only I'm not a jazz fan. I'm all about the vocals. I'm really not interested in like the spotlight being on an instrument. I don't have a lot of patience for that. But I was carried by the fact that it was in Spanish. And by Chilean singing as well, which is like nice. There are degrees of likeness for different Spanish language accents. And so classical singing Chilean is nice. I struggle a little bit to understand. Sometimes when they're talking amongst friends, they shorten words and all sorts of things like that. And then, what was the third thing I did? We just talked about it at the dinner table.
It was like 20 minutes ago.
Yes. So...
The thing that you did at the festival? Or
no, that was
just
the
in general?
theatre. The theatre. I did 3 things. I had to go out 3 nights in a row. What was the third thing, darling?
Well, I don't know what the first 2 were.
The theatre, the singing.
I don't know.
We'll pretend this is suspense.
Bingo.
It wasn't going to Auckland?
No, I went to Auckland another time. It's been a whole month. Anyway, I did 3 things. I was exhausted.
Yeah.
And the things didn't finish, like the singing finished at, oh God, I want to say 10.
Oh.
It was outrageous to be
That
out
means
of the
you're not
house.
home till after 11, doesn't it, by the time you get home?
No, we were home about 10:30. No traffic at that time. Absolutely no traffic. I'm annoyed now that I can't think of what the third thing was. You talk and I'll think about the third
So
thing.
the second thing that I can remember doing in the last month is my speed puzzling. So they had the Dunedin regional event in Dunedin 3 weekends ago. I may have talked about it in the last video.
Mm-hmm.
I did not great on the individual. My time was 2 hours, 6 minutes and 7 seconds. And I came 9th out of 20. And the winning time was 1 hour, 19 minutes and 49 seconds. That's okay. I finished and I got in the top 50%. So yay for me.
Good.
But my team won. We did
Woo,
really
woo.
well. So individuals was 500 pieces done individually. And teams was 1,000 pieces done in a team of up to 4. So I had 4 people in my team and we finished the puzzle in 1 hour and 11 minutes and 9 seconds.
Please tell me you've got at least chocolate.
We got great. I got a certificate. I got a
She gets excited about it, like she means
certificate to
it.
put on the fridge. I never performed well academically, so certificates are still very special for me.
Says the woman with a degree.
You've thrown me. Oh, I got a $50 voucher for the Toy Wagon, which is a toy store in New Zealand that sells puzzles. So basically, buy yourself a puzzle. And
Are they $50 each?
some puzzles are, yeah.
Holy macaroni.
And a felt mat for
rolling it
storing-
up.
yeah.
Yeah. You don't like it?
Well, I do speed puzzle. You know, the idea is that I sit down and I finish the puzzle. I don't store them.
Yeah, well, you don't do it at night. You don't have one on the go?
No, I finish it.
Okay.
If I'm starting a puzzle, I'm starting it till I'm finished.
Oh, really?
But it's great. It was great. So I'll give the mat to my sister. She might use it. They go on holiday and stuff.
Do you know, I find it incredible how, now that Victoria puzzles, I'm like, it comes up in conversation with other friends and stuff. Everybody seems to puzzle. What is that about? Why aren't people quilting? What is going on?
Well, like all sensible hobbies and crafts, it huge uptake at COVID when people were stuck inside. So lots of people have like rediscovered puzzling over COVID and they've stuck to it. And it's the same with crafts. Like the crafts got a big uptake, but I'm not sure if it's been sustained.
Yeah, there's no speed quilting.
That's the only 2 things I remember from the last month, but I've had a good month.
Nice.
Oh, and I got rid of my second fridge. So I've no longer got a spare fridge in the middle of the kitchen.
So So since Victoria's moved to our house, there has been a second cooker
Yeah.
in the kitchen, which was because someone gave her one, and so she had to get rid of her original one. And then a second fridge, same situation.
Same situation.
How long did the fridge live there?
So the oven was there. We're gonna for maybe
We call them ovens
the
in New
cooker.
Zealand.
God, that was probably there for like 6 months, right?
Yeah, it was a shocker.
It was a long time. The fridge was there for maybe 10 weeks. But that involved me having to clean 2 fridges out and transfer, and it was great.
There are reasons.
I put it up on Marketplace and it was gone within like 4 hours.
Was it just gone for parts? Did you sell it?
Pretty much, it was just for free. So I just wanted someone to come take it away.
Yeah. You are hilarious. But you know what? We were also talking about the fact that because we both work full time and life is busy and we're knackered and we have too many hobbies, sometimes you need to do something and it takes 10 weeks.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
Well, I didn't want to put it on Facebook Marketplace until, like, I was going to put it up on a Friday. So I was there for the weekend for someone to pick it up. I just haven't been home for a weekend for ages. And what actually instigated me putting it out was Mum came over to my house and said, right, Tori, we're going to sort your kitchen out. Because I've now shifted where the pantry is. Yeah, shaming, completely shaming. So Mum came and she emptied my pantry. So my pantry is a, it's not built in. It's a loose piece of joinery. It's like a cupboard.
Freestanding, we call it.
Freestanding, there we go. Yeah.
She's the architectural draftswoman.
And I had to move it in my kitchen. So Mum came and emptied that for me, and she was being very kind and not shaming me too much for having things that expired 6 years ago.
But enough for something to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
But it's done now, so that's great.
Very good. I've remembered my third thing.
What was your third thing?
I went with Max to see Taonga Poro. And that was just the most beautiful evening. It was so lovely. I posted photos on Instagram, NZCat26, if you're interested. And it was all instrumental, Taonga Poro, and it was just lovely. It was at the Glenroy Auditorium, so a nice venue.
Nice.
And the performers were barefoot, and I was like, oh, we need to be more barefoot in society. That's a thing. And there was an older woman in the group, and she was visibly very Maori looking, and she just looked amazing, and she had a feather.
I'm gonna unplug that light. Well, it's already unplugged. Great.
And yeah, she was just amazing. And if you watch the video that I posted, I think I posted it in the Spanish. I put a link, I think. If you watch the video, there's just the musical instruments are so beautiful. The sounds are so beautiful and haunting, and it just makes you slow down and listen, because a lot of their sounds are kind of drawn from nature. So they have a conch shell, piu piu, which is the Maori traditional skirts, and they shake those, and they're like, oh, so lovely. I had the best time. And I'd bought the tickets and I'd invited my friend Max, and then they took me for a coffee at the Commons, that new cafe.
Oh, that's the new one where Nova was. Yeah, and the Octagon.
And it was very fancy sort of presentation and stuff, delicious stuff. It was very good.
Oh, my mum's tenants work there.
Oh, yeah. It was very good. A lovely night out. It's just always so funny. When I go to events, it's just so easy to predict who's going to be in the room. Usually 30% librarians that I know. But, you're like, oh, yeah, I recognize her. I recognize all the people I go to the similar things I go to.
Sorry, I've been distracted by my shadow that my nose is causing. It makes my nose look really long.
And then once I did go to Auckland, but I worked from the hotel, and I was working. Although I did walk to try and, we stayed in Parnell, which apparently is quite posh, no op shops. I tried finding op shops, and the nearest one was like 2.1 kilometers, and I wasn't going to walk 2.1 kilometers there and back. So I worked. Martin did fun stuff, and then he went to Dua Lipa with Sophia, but we went out for a nice meal, and then I went for breakfast with her. Just the two of us, so that we could just speak in Spanish and Daddy not be sat there like a lemon. So it was really lovely. It was really lovely. Yeah. But it's nice also to be home, although I'm going on holiday tomorrow for 5 days, just to Christchurch. But yeah, it was a very busy month. Work was busy and life was busy. And sometimes you just want life to not be busy and work to not be busy. So,
Now, I fear that we have not excelled ourselves with the crafting side of this video this week. How many things have you got to show?
I've got 4 things. I have
You've done
excelled.
well then.
No, I have excelled. I'm just not touching
Not in the
cross
volume.
stitch.
In the volume.
I'm not touching cross stitch. That's the
okay.
thing. But I'm just obsessed with it. One of the things that I'm going to show you. And it's my hobby. So if I want to be obsessed with that, that's
Absolutely.
fine.
I've only got 2 things to show, so we'll start with you then.
Okay. So, I'll start with the things at the top. So this is my little pineapple quilt that I made, part of the quilt challenge that my friends and I are doing online. The reason it's so little, so they're all mini quilts, but the reason this is so little is because this fabric, which I think is Liberty, but was in a blouse that I got from the op shop, I've been eking out this fabric for like 2.5 years. Finally run out. I've got tiny little bits left, but nothing long enough. So I'll use it for something, but I just love this fabric.
It's adorable.
Yeah, and so things to talk about. So sometimes I can be so funny because I think I break the rules and then I'm like, oh, I didn't realize I could break that rule. So I was watching a YouTuber from England and she was talking about all her mini quilts and she was like, and I didn't quilt this one. And I was like, you're allowed to not quilt it? You are apparently. So I didn't quilt this one. Of course, then Fiona posts what she has done and the quilting is so gorgeous. I was like, damn it, but I'm not going to copy it for that.
It's gorgeous. It doesn't need quilting.
It doesn't need quilting.
Being so small, it makes this so... Busy's not the right word, but it doesn't need anything else.
It doesn't need any. I'm happy. And of course, I love the mustard. It looks like this mustard and that mustard is the same, but they're completely different fabrics. No.
I thought they were the same.
No, completely different fabrics. And on the back, this is from a pillowcase, which I love. I think this pillow... So I've got rules. I only buy natural materials. But sometimes when I'm op shopping and it's fabric for quilting, I pretend that I don't notice that this is 50-50. 50 polyester. I'm like, I think it's natural, and it isn't. I can tell by touching it. It's going to be 50-50. You can totally just get used to it and tell. But this is so pretty, and it's for the back of a quilt. That's going to be on the wall, and I put a little hangers. So I will hang this.
So cute.
The other day I had insomnia. Woke up at 2.
Oh.
Worrying about work, which is outrageous. And then I thought, I don't need to wake up and worry about work. I'm going to go on Pinterest because I never have time to go on Pinterest. So I went on Pinterest and I've got more ideas to fill up my house. And I thought, I'm going to hang this on my wall.
Oh. Hey, do you know what?
Yes.
We don't have to go to work tomorrow.
I know, isn't it great? Oh. But honestly, this last fortnight, it has taxed my brain. I had to do a big thing at work. And I was nervous. And then I was more nervous. And then I was more nervous. Did I tell you about that?
No.
I'm chair of a committee. I know. So funny. I was
You're
talking...
cheering it. You've got to pay attention and read the minutes.
Not just that. I have to approve the minutes before they go out to people. And I have to direct things. And I have to say things like, all right, we'll note your dissent, but, you know, we will... It sounds like the majority of the room is for this. And I have to have ideas. I mean, I know what I'm talking about is my job, but still, it reports to SLT. I was talking to Sophia about it, about how, like, I'm actually 12. Don't expect things from me. My boss doesn't realise I'm 12.
Oh.
Anyway.
It's beautiful. And it's an FFO. I didn't even ask for any FFOs.
It is an FFO. Oh my God, you're right. I am so amazing. Anyway, yay.
So now that I remembered that we ask about FFOs, have you got any FOs?
FOs. No.
Good. That's
no.
more in keeping with our normal standard. So I'll show you a little bit of progress I've made on the one cross-stitch project that I'm doing.
Hurrah.
So, I'm sorry guys, it's all rinse and repeat for me. You'll remember that I am working on Animal Crackers series Nettle by Stacey Nash. Gorgeous bunny with the mask. And her head is now finished. I can't remember if it was finished last time or not. And I have made some good inroads into her pinafore.
It wasn't. That is very adorable.
It's very cute. And it hasn't taken terribly long either. I haven't spent much time on this at all.
Well, it's taken forever, but just not hours.
Hour-wise, yeah. So one day you might see any FIFO of this bunny.
I think one day soon. Show us a picture again.
Like the head's about a third of it, but I want to do the mask as well.
Yes. And I think the mask being separate is very adorable.
Yes. Oh, I can't get it back in the bag.
So following on with my trend of, so the quilt I showed earlier is a pineapple quilt. So this is part of our challenge. We did the Suffolk Puffs, which I'm not sure I've shown you the 2 completed ones, but anyway, there'll be a separate video with Fiona when she's got free time. But I have done 2 pineapple. Oh my God, that looks amazing from here.
It looks amazing. It's so cute.
Okay, so.
Is that going to be the extent of it?
Yes. Although, I don't want you to think I'm a copier, but I will explain. So you can see here, you've basically got half a pineapple, you see? So this is the half pineapple. And this is kind of a half pineapple. But I really wanted to see the effect when you get the quilts and you have like lots of blocks. But I don't have any more of this green fabric, which is my other favorite green fabric. So I've ended up doing 3. I think they look fantastic. I love that I now understand how this looks when it's done. Love it. I'm very happy with it. But Fiona, I'm sure she won't mind me saying that she kind of lost the will with the pineapple quilt. It's complicated. It messes with your head. Like if you're a humanities brain, suddenly you have to do this. It's just like, no. I found a very good tutorial on the YouTubes. Maybe I'll link it. So what she did is she basically did this, then decided that life was short. She put it on fabric and surrounded it with plain quilting. And it looks amazing. So if you want to see her finish, it's her Instagram account is The Little Red Hoop. She has some beautiful work. She does do beautiful work. So I think I will do that. And I haven't decided. I've got plenty of the orange, so I might do orange. To make it so a little bit here and a little bit on the sides, but yeah.
See, I thought it was a pineapple quilt, because you were looking at it from the bottom, and you know when you look up from the bottom, it's got all the wee spiky bits that come out.
Oh, I see it now. But she has a different brain. She actually, you understand spatial stuff. She's a drafts person. I don't. This was hard. There was a lot of video watching to try and understand. Anyway, I'm really happy with it. I love it. Apart from, if you're old enough, sort of my age, you might remember Mexico 86, the Football World Cup, and their mascot was Naranjito.
What month of the year was the Football World Cup?
How on earth?
You remember it was 86?
I think it was 86, because it wasn't 90. It could have been 84. I was young. It was before I went to live in the UK. But the point is, the mascot was a little orange, and it was called Naranjito, which is, an orange is una naranja, and it was a little naranja, Naranjito.
Cute.
And they had all sorts of gimmicky things going. Like you could buy ice creams in a little plastic bag and whatever. It was these colours. So it gives me football vibes.
Nice.
So I'm not sure about that. But I love the effect from here. So I think I'm going to hang this one, and it will look amazing on the wall. So I'm happy with that. And it has been living in my little Palestinian pouch. I can't believe how much fits into this.
It's really good.
Because I was like, I'm not going to my studio to get a project bag. So I just happened to have this pencil case. It says Our Roots In. It all fits in. So I was doing this at work when I was on Zoom calls. It was fantastic. That is where happiness resides. Like double, working, because I was working, I have to contribute. But because I have to concentrate, I can sew, and that helps me concentrate. So yay for little project pouches.
Gorgeous little project pouch too.
Yeah, I'm happy. So that's that.
So.
I didn't say anything.
No, you finished. I realised I was interrupting.
No, you didn't interrupt me. I had finished.
Excellent. I've been working on my Marie Talbot cover, so this class is coming up mid-April. No, May.
That looks almost like a book.
It's a book. So that's the covers and the spine. So it's a book.
Coffer?
No, it's a book.
Which one is a coffer?
The coffer, it's not a coffer, it's a casket. And
So
that's all the
in-depth.
other panels. So this will be a book.
So this is a book. Oh gosh,
This
I've
is a
been
book
paying
that goes
attention.
in.
Great. I love your book.
So you may recall the last 12 floss tubes I've been working on those roses. You'll be all pleased to know that I'm still working on the roses. No, I'm not. I finished them. Look, so these are the roses. Oh, I don't think it's showing up as nice as it could.
But she'll post it on Instagram,
There's a bit
so
of
you'll be
gold
able to
on.
see.
Oh, you can see the gold coming in. And I have done the snowdrops, and I have done whatever these yellow things are, and I did the wee strawberries, and I have just started the gold for the stems. I started that last night.
And they're not going to be cut out, are they? That is
Nope,
actually the,
this is
the,
them.
the look of them, yeah.
So by the end of tomorrow, I want to have all my stems done in both panels.
And you're not seeing anyone tomorrow, are you?
Tea at mum's in the evening, but
Yeah, that's the end
and
of
I've
the
got
day.
someone coming to pick up a marketplace thing, but otherwise that's
Your hands will be tired by then.
yeah. And then by the end of the Easter weekend, I want to have all of the embroidery done on this. So then the only thing I'll have left to do is the gold stuff, gold work, and put the pearls on.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well done.
So it's coming along quite nicely. I feel it looks.
You're sounding more enthusiastic
I'm
about
much
it
happier
now.
with how
Yeah.
this is coming along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suddenly it's not sounding like a chore.
No.
Great.
See, look, it looks pretty when you get the gold shining on it.
I love the contrast of the pink with the red.
Yeah.
That looks lovely. The blues are lovely. It's going to be lovely when this book is finished.
Yeah. It's a book that you've known about all. And I'll sit back until we get to the shopping portion.
Oh, you've got stuff to show, shopping nights?
Yes, I've had 2 shopping trips in the last month.
Oh, okay. I've got one thing to show for shopping, and that was very much an impulse buy, but totally worth it. So, nothing to actively show apart from, I just want you to appreciate the delight that this quilt is. So my goal now is, when I pick up this quilt, I do a full length,
It is stunning.
which is to say the width of my bed. So if I were to open this, and to get to the other end, that's the width of my bed. So I have a queen size bed.
I know it's because there's paper in it, but I love how rustly it is at the moment.
Yeah. It is funny how you do come across antique ones where they haven't removed the paper yet. So the lovely thing about this project, I mean, lots of lovely things. I think it's absolutely stunning and beautiful, and I love it. But a bit like my hexi quilt, it's a very good. There's lots of things I remember. Like, for example, it just happened to get folded here. This is some fabric that I bought. I didn't buy. Fiona and I went to the local dump, the transfer station, and they had been keeping the textiles off to one side, and the lady that kind of is in charge of that, she knows me, and she knows I like textiles. She goes, oh, do you want to go and have a rummage? So we had a rummage, and then I didn't spot this, but Fiona did, and they're just gorgeous. And then she was kind enough to give me a little bit. And see, there's another one. Different fabric. This is Laura Ashley. So this is Laura Ashley. Oh, have I not sewn this on? Yes, I have. So Laura Ashley, we don't know who that is, but it was just gorgeous. And so there's a few things. There's even, I remember I made a little skirt out of that for Christina when she was younger. She loved it.
Well, I like this fabric. Tell me the story for this fabric.
Oh, this is just
Fabric.
from, but from Stitch Kitchen.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Again, another one from Stitch Kitchen. And then the doily, the embroidered cloths. I mean, they're just stunning. I remember the trips when we got these things. Just so beautiful. And I just love how busy this is. It confuses me how the brain works, because as much as I love color and pattern and busy, when I go to Diana's house, she's got like 2 rows of tiles. It does my head in. Every tile is different, and I almost feel nauseous. I can't concentrate. And yet, I think this is lovely.
It is gorgeous.
Isn't it? I just think it's really funny how brains work. And her kitchen is gorgeous. So I'm very aware that is my brain thing. So anyway, I now have this set into a pattern. And so I'm not working on this, and I've just got it draped on a chair here. And so I do enough triangles and enough hexes until I've got enough for a long run. I need 45 of them. When I've got 45, I join them all and then I sew it onto the quilt.
So when you say you do your hexes and your triangles, you've already got them paper plate?
No.
No, so you're doing the whole thing?
No, because I had tons. I've now used them all up.
Right.
So I'm not building up another 45.
Sure.
So I do it in stages. I cut all the triangles. I cut all the hexes. I do all the paper for the triangles. I do all the paper for the hexes. Then I join. Mm-hmm. And then because I'm doing it in a row, I join one hexie, 2 triangles, one hexie, 2 triangles. And when I've got all of those, then I join each one to the other.
And you're not doing any sort of deliberate piecing about which hexagon goes next to which. It's just
very random.
So the fact that you've got 2 here is just a coincidence?
Yes, so the fact that I've got 2 here is a coincidence, but I could have had 5 next to each other and I chose not to because I just happen to have a lot of these.
Sure.
So I would, if I noticed that I had 2, I would move it because I had a lot of that fabric.
Yeah.
As you can tell.
But you've also got like 3 of this spray stuff in a grouping, which looks lovely.
Oh, they're actually different patterns and I don't mind. Yeah.
Oh, you're different patterns, but it looks like they're from the same.
It's really funny because I've become someone that loves this grey.
It's beautiful.
Why isn't it odd? Like normally, if you asked me if I liked anything beige, I'd be like, I don't think so.
But I think it works with this because it's so busy and there's so much colour in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That it's quite a nice...
It's a rest.
Yeah.
It's a rest. And so some of these beautiful flowers as well, I've got an accomplice. Like I hang out with Fiona, my lovely friend that I met through the channel. And we go up shopping, and because we both have more than we will ever need, we've started sharing it with each other.
That's so nice.
She shares a lot more with me because she goes up shopping more than me. And also I collect. So if I'm honest, we probably buy the same amount of stuff, but I have a collection. So when something is stunning, I'll put it aside. Mm-hmm. So she doesn't get as much from me as I get from her, which is, I'm very grateful. But I just, this brings me so much happiness. I love it so much. And I think I would just continue making these. If you've never made one of these hexie quilts, very much recommend. They're beautiful. So yeah, that's... Oh, you finished?
I've just got shopping,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so you go for
So I've got the last thing to show you. A little bit like your Marie told it. Sometimes things go very slowly and suddenly you hit something and you're like, I'm just really focusing on this, and it happens very quickly. Mm-hmm. So that's what's happening with this quilt, which is for my friend.
It's beautiful, and I think you recently posted a photo of it
online. Yeah. I've got another one ready to post because I just put it on my bed. So these are all these stars. Can you even see? It's not the best photo because the colors are subtle. Maybe this one's a bit better for you to see. So this is the star shape. I'm in the process of quilting it now. And so what I'm doing is I do big stitch quilting with pearl cotton, and I've gone all around the edge, and I'm going all around the star. Every sewing line on the star I quilt. And then when I finish all of that, I'll go back and every empty star will be quilted. And I haven't decided if it'll just be a cross or if I'll do a star shape. I haven't decided. And for the big ones, I have to quilt it as well. And I haven't decided quite what form I'll do. And I haven't decided if I might buy white pearl cotton and quilt it in white. Ooh. So it's quilted, but not as noticeable as the greens. Things to decide. Anyway, I've decided in my head that I want to have this ready for my friend for the end of April, which is doable.
Are you going to take it away with you?
Yeah. But I want to show you, because I was organized, semi-organized. I've actually inserted the label already. Oh yes, here it is. Because I wanted it really well anchored. So this is a tray cloth, and I'll put the story here, like, you know, to my friend Sally from Catherine Waikawaiti 2025.
Beautiful.
So it's sewn on at the top, but I haven't sewn it down yet because I need to embroider it first. And this is one of those, I think these are machine made. I don't think these are handmade, but they're so beautiful. I think she'll like it. My friend has very different taste to me. She's a lot more calm and sedate, and her house is not eclectic, Very elegant, very beautiful. She has some beautiful artworks, and so I think she'll like it. And she doesn't craft, so I'm looking forward to giving her this gift. Must be maturity. I'm maturing.
Yeah.
I'm giving things to friends. Who knew? I didn't think it was possible because, you know, everything is handmade. But I do. I do give things to friends now.
You do. You've always given stuff away, though. You've always knitted things and socks and gloves and...
For my babies and Martin.
You gave me some gloves ages ago, though.
Oh, that's right, because you're a
Beautiful.
friend.
Yeah.
It's coming
Almost
up to that
time
season.
to get them out.
Yeah. I was thinking, because I've got a pair of fingerless mittens in grey. But I just bought myself a few weeks ago some mustard. So I'm going to make myself a beret and some fingerless gloves in
Lovely.
mustard. And then I've got my friends at work on alert. Do not let me turn up at work covered in mustard from head to toe. Because I am heading that way.
Nothing wrong with it.
We'll see. So yeah, that's it. That's what I've been very preoccupied doing at the moment, but loving it as well. So I'm just,
Nice.
it's been great. And also very relaxing because work is intense. I can joke, but it's been intense at work. Who knew I would say things like that, eh? God,
Remember the days when you were like, oh, I've got nothing to do, I'm just Pinteresting today.
we used to play the ukulele at work. During break times. But still,
Yeah.
those were the days.
Those were great days.
Yeah, now it's like deadlines and expectations, and it's good though. It's really
good.
good to have that sort of encouragement at work. So cool. Okay, so now you can shine because there's shopping.
So I've got 4 things
No,
to show.
I've got one thing.
Okay.
So you go first.
So, this little beauty has joined my Animal Crackers series. This is
Oh, it's a
Lily.
frog.
She's a frog.
I thought it was a Japanese lady with a handbag
No.
from the back photo. It's a
Oh,
frog.
it's a frog. She's gorgeous.
Do you get to embroider a little strip?
Yes,
as well?
the little strap. So you can see on the back photo they've put it around a wooden reel.
Oh, I can give you one if you like.
Oh, thank you.
I've got many.
I'd love to when I come to it. But she's a frog.
In 6 years.
Yeah. When I get to it. Anyway, she has joined the collection.
Oh, it's called something bling.
Needle
bling.
bling linen. Oh, that's the linen that it calls for. Needle bling
okay.
linen.
Hang on, I want to see it from close up because the front looks different to the back. Oh, they've sewn it with like a ribbon made out of the thread. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I love the dress. I appreciate the dress.
It's so cute. And I love the colours
the
in this.
dress.
The green and the pink. And
it's always funny when like women in paintings, when they want to make them naive, the women are always standing with their legs ever so slightly abnormally apart. So they're totally doing that. Yeah, I love this. This is another thing that I won't borrow, but I would like to at some point.
Yep.
But I won't in reality because it'll be in like 28 years' time.
that's all right. I'll still have it because I look after my stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
The second one is a Just Nan Frost Flower Mouse and Biscornu, or Biscotti as I like to call it.
I don't understand the thing with these.
The mice or the Biscornu?
The mice. I just don't.
The mice. Wait until I've actually put one together and then you'll be like, oh my gosh. I
You
totally
were
get the mice.
embroidering them, I know that.
I've got Mrs. Claus and Mr. Claus all done. Not all done, like the sewing and the beads on it are done, but I haven't cut them out or put it together yet because that's a step too far.
I'm just confused by this.
I love the mice.
But you do have this whole side
Yes.
of you, which is like weird.
Yeah, frogs and mice.
And dinosaurs. Like, yeah, stuff that I don't even understand.
Oh, let's hope Stacey Nash brings out dinosaur orange.
This keeps coming undone. This is annoying.
Oh, it's pulled out of the...
Yeah, it keeps...
It's because we said we need a longer extension cord. We keep sitting on the bit that the cords come out of. And then I have purchased book number 4 in the hand-picked collection by Inspirations. You may or may not recall that I have books 1 to 3, but I do. And this
I did
is
not recall.
another book of beautiful projects. I'll show you on the back. Yeah, I must say, Inspirations put a nice book together.
They do. I'm calling this a magazine. But they
It's
are
a book.
stunning.
I was going to say it's got page numbers, but...
Excuse me, magazine has page
I know. That's why I shut up and then ruined it all. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? The wee stump work.
I'm a librarian, you know. I know about
Dandelion. Yeah. And
that was cute.
what else have we got?
You ignored my cuteness.
I did. I flicked over it. Look at the acorns. They're not on my to-do list.
Okay, so see, I get the acorns, right?
Yep.
But not for a cabinet. Why can't you just make it into a brooch and then I understand?
Well, I would make it into a brooch.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's just, they're just loose.
Oh my god, that's cute.
at that.
Oh, cute.
Look at those little, I think this is done by a Japanese, designed by a Japanese artist.
Oh my
This
God,
one, I think.
because I could make these for me. Oh my god, these are adorable. And you could make yourself some sturdy outer shoes, outer soles for them.
Yeah, yeah.
So that you could wear them to work. So that people were confirmed that you are a very serious person. Oh, that's adorable. It's a little bit like the Tiny Happy shoes. Have you followed the account Tiny Happy?
No, I haven't.
So she's a New Zealander that has been blogging and then Instagramming for as long as I've been in New Zealand, so that's 20 years. And she used to sell these. She was a stay-at-home mum for a number of years, and she used to sell these made from tray cloths and stuff. So she didn't used to embroider, she used to just make up the shoes. They were very adorable. And she published a book. Good purchase.
This is beautiful, and I think this one was $50, which I think is a very good price for a craft book. It's got 12 patterns in it, I think. Yeah, 12.
Holy moly!
I think it's all right.
I'm just so much of an op shopper. I'm just shook.
But you're not with your books. You've paid real money for books.
Yeah, but this is not a book. This is a magazine.
It's a book.
It's a magazine.
It's a book.
Whatever. Like, as long as you're happy, that's the main thing.
They
You're
have
buying
made it
them.
into a brooch.
They have, yes. In which case, you will make it into a brooch. You're funny. Well, so I'm outraged that Victoria's spending $50 on a magazine, but I just spent $45.
Oh, so look, what makes that a book and not a magazine?
I didn't say it was a magazine, a book. I said it was a magazine.
What makes that a book and not a magazine?
It's not a book. I'm not saying it's a book.
But you just said you spent $45 on
On
it.
a magazine.
But why are you outraged at mine? You've done the exact same.
I'll tell you why I'm outraged. Because mine's coming all the way from the UK, and so I expected that it's going to be more expensive because of the postage. But inspiration
Mine
is
comes from Australia.
Yeah, I think that's what it is as well. Because I expect the books that come a long way to be more expensive because of the postage. You know, mailing things is not free.
That makes me feel a lot better about how much I spent on the next one.
Oh yeah, I'm getting in with my cheap book because I've seen what she's going to show. I don't want people to be underwhelmed by my purchase. So anybody that loves textiles, now she's going to have... She's coughing because she's belatedly outraged at herself with her $50 magazine. She's not.
Not a magazine, it's a book.
Okay, so if you live in Dunedin, you will know about the Robertson Library. My office is not far from the Robertson Library now. And some days, you just need to be in the Robertson Library and find happiness. So the way I find happiness is I go there and I look at the Selvage magazine. Now, this is a publication. I've got two volumes of the magazine. I've got one that I bought just before I left the UK, and it had Frida Kahlo on the front, and this one. I still have my Frida Kahlo one. I love it. If you're a serious textile person, you definitely have read this. And so if you haven't, run and borrow one or buy one. I was in the Robertson, you know, feeling sorry for myself because my job's a bit challenging sometimes. And I've been mulling things over. Anyway, I came across, so this is, what edition? Issue 123. Issue 123, okay? And then I opened it. Ooh. And there's this article about textile collector, and then suddenly I was texting Martin saying, I don't need to stop collecting textiles, I need to collect more.
And buy the magazines.
Well, the magazine, I wanted to buy it because I wanted to be reminded of the life I want. I want a life full of rich textiles. And she was an interesting woman. And look at this Suzanne. I mean, hello. And apart from the fact that my life's not exactly like hers, like my house doesn't look like this, it's kind of adjacent. Anyway, then, and also I now apparently collect costume jewellery and silver jewellery, and
all the things.
I now think I don't have enough.
Nice. No.
Um,
I'm not disagreeing.
no, I didn't think you were. I was just so happy. It was just like the best lunch hour. And then,
Where's Stalin on the next page?
oh, because it's about Russian textiles, printed Russian textiles from that era. I mean, okay, look at this furniture. I mean, my house is tiny. There's no room for more furniture, but I can have things. And like my sofa looks a bit like this. It's, God forbid me, oatmeal coloured. And I've got all these cushions from Peru and from other places. I've got them second hand. It's not unlike my house. Anyway, I just loved it. And then, of course, I followed her account on Instagram. And then she had posted something about being in the magazine. And so then I responded and I said...
Is this her?
Yeah. And I said something like, well, you just made me realise I don't need to collect less. I need to collect more. Look at this. I love these Chinese styles of furniture with a little, I don't know what you would call it. It's not really a lock, but it's a closing mechanism. They're very beautiful. I mean, I've been a fan of China since forever. I went backpacking to China when I was about 23 years old.
That's her, by the way, when I said, is that her?
Yeah, that's that woman. So when I finished my degree in the UK, I continued working at Pizza Hut, which was my university job, for another year after I had a post-degree job, just so that I could go to China. And I went backpacking around China for 5 weeks. I still have some of the pieces that I bought in China. I love China. I think the culture is amazing. The people are amazing as well. So yeah, it was lovely. Yeah, all right. It was all about the lady.
Oh, well, look, I moved on. It's beautiful pictures in it.
Moved on from the main article, honestly. Anyway, I really recommend this magazine. It's really lovely. I try and read it every month. I fail sometimes, but sometimes I'll go to the library. The public library in Dunedin will let you borrow it. The Robertson Library, which is a university library, doesn't let you borrow it. So I read these from the Robertson Library, but if I go to the Central Library, which is where they're held, I'll take a stack. You're allowed to take 30 items out of the library. Sometimes I do. And then Martin takes one out. It's hilarious.
And then if you forget to return them and you have massive fees and so you don't borrow books anymore, sometimes they have amnesties, and for every can of food you bring in, they'll take like $1 off your fee.
Yeah, they've only done that once. And they've done it over... I've been at the university 12 years now. They did it over 12 years ago when I was still there.
Oh, no, this was at the public library.
Yes, they've only done it the once over 12 years ago.
I think they've banned my card.
So you've not been back since then? Yeah, that's not good. The public
I've been back. I just haven't taken books out.
The public library is for the public. You pay your taxes. You have a right to the library. Just pay your fine and do better. It's amazing. Anyway, dun. Selvage magazine. I love it. I'm very happy. I'm re-inspired to collect. Show us your next book. This is a book.
This is a book. There is no denying this is a book.
Will she tell us how much you paid?
This book has one thing wrong with it. I'm not entirely certain. Yes, I will tell you how much I paid. This book has one thing wrong with it. And I'll see if you know what it is.
Go on.
So I spoke a little bit about this book when I bought the kits.
I thought
this
you did.
Is
That's why they look familiar.
So I have this kit here on the front. And this is the book by Jenny Aiden Christie that's just come out and is selling very well.
Inspirations as well.
It's an inspirations book as well.
From Australia.
From Australia. But she's from the UK.
Is that her?
That's her. So that's Jenny.
I like it when you get a glimpse into a person's private world. That's pretty cool.
And this book has, I think, 1, 2, 3, some projects in it. I got a picture of all the projects. Her stuff is beautiful. And the book itself is gorgeous. That's the Owl and the Pussycat. But I wouldn't be the sort of project that I would approach without buying the kit off her directly, just because there's so many little specialty threads and little bits and pieces that go into it. So she makes these forms for the birds herself, her and her family do. So you'd be hard pressed to find everything, I think, without it. But it's a beautiful book. Where's the... It's the wren. This is a... We can't see. The one thing this book doesn't have, which I think is not good, is it doesn't have this. I'm telling you now, because
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
a wee bookmark. You know, one of the wee like ribbon bookmarks you get. In
It's because you're supposed to make one.
No. I'm wondering if they've worked this out at the end, because there is a bookmark at the very back.
You know, there isn't a rule that says you have to have that thing just because Victoria likes it.
I think that's enough reason for it to be a rule. Look at that puffin. Isn't she gorgeous?
I've seen puffins off the coast of Scotland for my honeymoon.
Did they have the pretty, they had the beaks on at that stage,
Yeah.
or they molted?
No, they did.
Just beautiful work. Highly recommend following her on Instagram and checking out the stuff that she's got. So I think this book has 7 or 8 of her projects. There's probably 12, 15 available on her website. Different things that you can do. It's just lovely.
You're giving me vibes. It was the Owl and the Pussycat. It's made me think, one of the things I want to make, which has nothing to do with this, but it's reminded me, is The Princess and the Pea.
Oh, I love it.
I want to make a little dolly and I want to make a stack of quilts.
Nice.
And I am this close to wanting to become a dollhouse person again.
This is a great, that would be a great use for
Exactly.
your
So I was
stack of baby
thinking, I
quilts.
can't have a doll's house. That is ridiculous. But I could have vignettes.
Yeah.
That you know how people do a little window? It's like a 3D frame.
Yeah.
I thought, yes. So that's what I would like to do.
We call them dioramas as well as vignettes.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure if I would do it as a thing, but I was thinking I could just have it on a windowsill and it would be a vignette. But if I had it in a frame, yeah, dioramas is the word. You're right.
Anyway, beautiful book. Big old.
How much was it?
$94.
See, now, how can this be... See, this is so much better value than a $50 for that magazine.
It's not a magazine.
She's in denial.
It's beautiful.
Do you want me to stop calling it a magazine? Will that make you feel better?
Yes.
I will pretend it's not a magazine then.
It's not a magazine. It is possibly a magazine.
I was thinking there is code to this. If it's an ISBN or an ISB whatever. No, that's just the barcode.
We're gonna,
Books have ISBNs.
we'll write to inspirations. Inspirations.
Please tell me it's a
Is
book.
this a book or is it a magazine? Inspirations handpicked for blah blah blah.
It's really mattering. I don't think it actually matters.
It doesn't say.
I mean, it just looks like a magazine. No judgment. You're happy with it. This is gorgeous. The tulip.
So we're back looking at the book that's not a magazine. Or possibly is.
Okay.
Anyway, that is all my shopping.
I've got something to tell you that I wasn't going to. I forgot.
Have we all heard that she was keeping secrets?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not keeping secrets. I'm being annoying.
Yeah.
I'm just googling difference between book and magazine. Books contain longer, more in depth, blah, blah, blah. Books are usually published less frequently. It's definitely a magazine. Inspirations churns them out.
Yeah, okay, this is the 4th one in maybe 6 months, so yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't help my case.
But I don't think you should be upset because it's a magazine.
I'm not upset.
It's the thing you liked. Anyway.
Plus I had 1 to 3, so of course I was getting 4.
Of course you were. You mentioned puffins.
Yes.
And that reminded me of our honeymoon. And tomorrow I am celebrating 30 years married.
Congratulations. Congratulations, Martin, who's possibly asleep on the bed.
Yes.
I'll probably wake
I
him
forgot
up.
to tell you a different thing. I'm sure he won't mind me telling you. So I've been married 30 years. We've been together 35. I was going to say literally, and it's not true. I met Martin when I was 18.
Wow.
I know. But anyway, we don't normally celebrate. We're not very good like that. But we did buy an artwork together for our 25th wedding anniversary, which has gone in a blink. So I said to him, oh, why don't we just go away? We'll go away. We'll be together. It'll be nice. So we're going away. But he bought me a present.
What did you buy? Was it a good present?
I haven't opened it yet because he got the date wrong. He thought it was Tuesday. It isn't. There is a sampler in the sitting room right in front of where he sits that tells him when our wedding anniversary is. But anyway, it was very adorable.
Yeah,
He bought me a present. Yes, on the 18th.
Which means that it's the 17th today and not the 16th, so I was wrong.
Yes.
At the start of this video. Small
Um,
correction.
it's the first time he's bought me a present for an anniversary.
Oh.
We don't really do presents, not for birthdays, not for anniversaries, not for whatever's. But I haven't opened it. I think I know what it is. But it doesn't matter if it's a bar of soap. The wrapping is beautiful. Let me show you before you go.
Yes, okay.
I'm not going to show you because I can't be bothered to get up now. But it is beautiful. It's wrapped in brown paper. And it's got like a little bouquet of like wheat stalks and grasses.
Beautiful.
And you know what Diana said to me? Oh my God, 30 years, he finally gets you. So true. I was so happy. I've been telling everyone, hi stranger, my husband got me a present.
It's wrapped really prettily.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we're excited about that. So yeah, we'll just do nice things. I'm not buying him a present because there's no point. Because we don't do
You are
presents.
the present.
No, the present is that I'm going to make sure that we go out for 2 meals where he can have meat, which he doesn't eat in our normal life because vegetarian house.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's lovely. And the other thing I don't think I've told you about is that Martin has hearing aids now. And I think he looks really sexy. He thinks I'm weird. But you know how men look sexy with glasses on? That's a thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was always desperate for Martin to need glasses. It was like the best year of my life when he got glasses. And now it's the same effect with the hearing aids. Anyway, he looks very cute.
Nice.
But
They're
we're
so
broke.
discreet now.
They are very discreet.
Very.
Yeah.
Gone are the big plastic shells of...
Some people have to have those because when your hearing is
different,
truly
yeah.
bad, you're still required to have those, which have a bigger strength. But no, there's like silver and like it's got like the whole silver hair going. It's very cute.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. You'll never have money again.
Well, no, because I made a mistake. I thought they were going to let me pay in bits. They didn't.
Ooh.
It all went on the credit card.
Ooh.
Thank goodness for a vegetarian household. We're managing. We're still going on holiday. But oh my God, it was a surprise. I was like, oh, do you want me to pay it all in one lump sum? Yeah. I was like, okay. But it's really great. It's really great.
Nice.
I don't know if I told you that. These things are really important to me because my mum became quite deaf as she got older and then she died with Alzheimer's or because of Alzheimer's. And there is a correlation between bad hearing and isolation and loneliness and mental decline in humans. So it was really important for me to monitor it. And I've had a hearing test
Oh.
because I thought it'd be really good to have a baseline.
Yeah.
And my hearing's fine.
Great.
Yeah. But now they've tracked it, you see. It's still within the normal range, but it's starting to decline.
Normal range for your age.
Yeah. No, but even when, like, for example, Martin is normal range for his age, but it's still declined, so he should have hearing aids. But mine is normal age for my age and not in the
And
space
assessed
where
as
you would
being-
go, where you would need hearing aids. Thank God! Because this is
Gonna
not
save
the
up for
year.
the next... Yeah.
Yeah. But apparently there is one place, not that you're interested, but there is one place in Dunedin where you basically hire hearing aids, so you're paying weekly,
Oh.
which sounds really good, actually.
It's a good alternative.
Yeah, because they also, like, the technology is progressing quite a lot.
Yeah. So it's like when you hire... You know how some people
Hire
lease a
purchase
car?
Yeah. That's
Then
sort of,
you'd never own it, but you're constantly paying for it. But
Yeah. which kind of makes sense to me for hearing aids. Anyway, so
Yeah.
we'll do that next time.
Nice.
Anyway, so that crafting
Excellent.
and hearing aids on wedding anniversaries and
That's a lot.
going to concerts and opera.
It was great. Loved it.
Yeah, I'm never going to go to opera. You can't make me.
Oh, I love an opera.
I know you do. It's so funny. I went through a phase like that. There were things I did in my youth that I never want to do again. Like opera was one of them. Science fiction was another.
Oh,
Never.
both excellent.
Fantasy. Never going to do that again. But, you know, I loved it at the time. So,
Nice.
I also prefer books to magazines. Anyway, we'll see if I've got the energy to record in Spanish.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Anyway, this was lovely.
It was lovely. We'll
Have
see
a
you-
great break.
Yeah.
If you celebrate Easter, Have a
Enjoy
good
that.
Easter. If not, enjoy the chocolate.
Yeah.
And we shall see you.
Or time with family or friends
Oh.
or puzzles or,
That.
all that jazz, whatever you do.
Yeah. All right.
Hopefully we'll see you in 2 weeks, if not in a month.
Ka kite.
Kite.